So I wasn't going to do this yet, but I've decided that I want to talk about it. So I guess officially it is our first Halloween Horror Nights video of 2025. Let's get into it. So come on and join me. All right, right off the heels of 2024, right into 2025, the speculation started really ramping up from a speculation map from Horror Night Nightmares over the Christmas season or Christmas break. And we just need to talk about it and what's going to happen this year or what we think is going to happen. So I'm just going to kind of go over what houses that I think are going to come this year, what seems likely, and also we may be getting a bit of a surprise this year, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. So let's start with the first house that I think is possibly coming this year, and that is Beetlejuice. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was actually a fan of the film. I thought they did a really good job with it, and it was very nostalgic, and it just had a good feeling to it. And it kind of expanded the lore a little bit of the Beetlejuice universe. I think this would be a really good choice. Now, a couple of years ago, they did the Beetlejuice house, and it was one of my favorites. I thought it was just a fun, wacky house. Do I think this house would be scary? No, not by any means, but I do think it would be a lot of fun, and I think that's what they should do. Beetlejuice is just a very popular IP and property. It's very popular among a lot of people, and it's one that people might feel more comfortable to go into the house and think that it would be fun. Now, the concept behind this Beetlejuice film, what could you do? I think that you go to the afterlife. I think you have things happen in the afterlife, and then you just expand on that with the new characters. Maybe, possibly, Beetlejuice, spoiler, ex-wife, hunting you down, maybe, kind of thing. They could do so much in this world, and it's just awesome to see. Also, with the new film, Lydia has a TV show where she talks to people and experiences paranormal things and goes to people's house. That could be a neat idea too. There's a lot in there that they could do, and I hope that they do it. I think it would be a really cool thing. Moving on to the next house that I think is coming, I think Megan is finally going to show up this year. Possibly. For the last couple of years, we've had teases of it. Last year we had the Megan dance. This year we had the Megan out on the Blumhouse stuff. So we'll see what happens with this. But I think that's very possible. It could be really cool. I think they need to expand on it a little better than what they did Chucky a couple of years ago. Because I'll be honest with you, that was my least favorite house 2 years ago. And I think they could do a really good job. I think they ended up spending like a lot of money on the animatronic that was in there. And then maybe, I don't know what happened with the rest of the house, but it was definitely not my favorite house by any means. But I think they could do a really good job with this. I'm hoping that it will happen. I don't have a lot to say. The film was great. It was a lot of fun. What they could do with this is kind of endless possibilities. Maybe following the first film, or maybe just taking on something completely different, or the second film that's coming out. It just depends. But I think this could be a really solid idea. And you would probably put it in the same house as Chucky, maybe. We will see. But who knows? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. The next house, and I think this is one that is a very popular idea, and I hope that they do it. Now, it could be a little gory for Halloween Horror Nights. Could be a little too much. Yeah, right. I mean, we know Halloween Horror Nights is pretty crazy and pretty gory at times. But I think Terrifier will finally make his way over to, well, not Terrifier, but Art the Clown will make his way to Halloween Horror Nights this year. If you really think about it, this film franchise is really gaining steam. It's making a lot of money at the box office. So why not have something that is very popular and that people are like, hey, you know, I want to go see this. I want to go do that. I think that would be a really great idea. With the previous film coming out and having the Christmas element to it, that could be a cool possibility. Or following the first two films. I'm not really sure what they would do with that, but I think it is very possible that they could do so. Now, as far as the goriness, I've seen some people online say it's a little too gory, but really when you think about it, Halloween Horror Nights has a lot of bloody and gory stuff, so I don't really think that's going to be an issue. I think that'll just increase the intensity of it, give us something a little on the edge that we've never seen before. and maybe, just maybe, bring in new fans to the franchise. I think that's very possible, because if people have never seen it, you know, you got to think about this. This is more of a smaller budget film that maybe not a lot of people have seen, and this could really bring in people to watch these films, and I'm all for it. Let's do it. Terrifier. Now, number 4, we had this house a couple of years ago now, and there is a second season of a TV show coming out this year, and that's The Last of Us. The Last of Us 2, to be exact. So I think that they could do this. Now, this video game is kind of controversial because there's some things that happen in this game that a lot of people just don't care for and or that they love, but I think this would be a really good idea. I'm not going to give any spoilers because the TV show is coming out within the next month or so, so it's very possible that I would ruin something for you. But I will say, given that idea, given that the TV show is coming out, is going to be really popular again. It's going to be divisive, very divisive whenever this comes out. For those that don't know the video game and people just know the TV show, there's going to be people that hate it. There's going to be people that love it. But I think as far as a house goes, this would be the choice. It was very popular 2 years ago when it debuted, and I think it would be very popular again. We were lucky enough to be at the media event and got to see Neil Druckmann come out and talk about it. And it was really awesome to see him come out and talk about this video game and the TV show. And I just think that he has a passion for it because he came to Halloween Horror Nights a few years ago, enjoyed it, and then they reached out to him, and the rest was history after that. So season 2 of The Last of Us, I think that's going to really make for a great possibility that we're going to get this as a house this year. Now, all of this is speculation. We don't know for sure. They could change things up very quickly. But another one that's very popular that I don't know if we're ever going to get, but it's very possible. This past year with Halloween Horror Nights, we saw some animatronics. A couple of them, to be honest with you. And one example was Goblin's Feast. That was a pretty elaborate animatronic. Now, what does that mean? Well, I think it could be a way that they were testing some animatronics for Five Nights at Freddy's. It's very possible. I'm not giving up on that possibility that that could come to the Halloween Horror Nights this year or maybe next year. I'm not going to give up on that. But I'm starting to give up a little bit of hope. But still, it's very possible that it could happen. You know, there's been rumors going around that they were close to a deal on that and it ended up just falling through. Very similar to how Stranger Things was last year, and then it was supposed to debut the year before that, but it ended up falling through. So we really don't know. You know, it's just, at this point, all speculation. We don't know anything at this point. Now, we do know that Halloween Horror Nights will start in August again, and it actually is debuting on my birthday this year, August 29th. At least that is what has been confirmed, kind of semi-confirmed so far. So it's not 100% confirmed, I don't think. If it is, correct me on that. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think it's been 100% confirmed by Universal unless they put something on their website. That's very possible. Now, the thing that we talked about at the beginning of the video that's very possible as well is there is a possibility. There's a strong rumor going around that there's going to be more than 10 houses this year. Now, I don't know if that's going to be true. People can talk. People can say things. But until Universal actually confirms all this, it is just speculation. Now, how many houses? Could it be 11? Could it be 12? It's very possible that this could happen. So we will see. I'm all for it. I think it's exciting. I would like to see some different things this year. I think 2024 was done really well for the IPs that they had. Some of my favorites were Ghostbusters and Insidious, The Further. That was my favorite house this year. But overall, I feel like some of the non-IP houses were done really well. Like, well enough to where they could have been major IPs. But I still feel like the concepts there were some that they were just testing out and trying. It was not my favorite year for Halloween Horror Nights. And I had said that in a video about this time last year that I wasn't that excited for HHN at the time. I started becoming really excited when we started getting like major suites and we got Insidious and stuff like that. I got really excited. But we will see what's going to happen this year. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Is this going to be something that you think is going to be amazing? Is it going to be the best year yet? Are we getting 11 or 12 houses this year? What's going to happen? Let me know down in the comments what you think. We love you guys. And get ready. This is going to be a huge year. Halloween Horror Nights. Epic universe. It's going to be insane. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road was ever on. I will see you in the fog.